Alright, my first video was about what's happening to me currently. What up with the situation with my wife or ex-wife, soon to be, hopefully, um taking my share of the settlement money and just, oh, now I'm blocked. Um just tried to call, now I'm blocked or whatever. So, you know, um this video is to give y'all a idea where I'm coming from. So I made this video earlier, it didn't have no sound. It was like 30 minutes of no sound. I was like, damn. So trial and error, whatever. So, but anyway, I'm 44 years old, born in Brooklyn. Um, my mom's was a good lady. She was a cook. She was off the hook or whatever. But she had her problems with, with drugs and with all that. Without, I was born in 1980 during the crack era, so anybody know about that? That shit was wild. But my father was a preacher or whatever, so if anybody been balanced out in their life, I had a little bit of heaven and hell, and then vice versa at times. So anyway, I grew up in between Brooklyn, Providence, Rhode Island, and Fall River, Massachusetts, or whatever. Didn't like staying with my dad too much. My stepmother at the time used to beat the hell out of me. But yeah, so didn't like staying there or whatever. It was cool. I had clothes on my back and everything, food on the table. On my mom's side, it was a struggle, but we struggled together. My mom had 13 kids. I'm the 7th out of 13. 9 sisters at one time I was in the house with. Well, 7 at the time I was in the house with. All my brothers left. And yeah, so fast forward, I go to school in, Providence, Rhode Island. Didn't like nothing there because, like I said, my stepmother was beating me and all that or whatever. But yeah, so I turned 16, 17, whatever. After all of that hell, back and forth with mom and dad, turned 16, 17, I get sent to Job Corps. One of the best things that ever happened to me or whatever. Learn new trade, cooking, new people, all that or whatever. So that was great or whatever. But at home was strict, so I didn't really even come home on weekends. I was at job. You could come home on the weekends. I was still at Job Corps because it was just too strict there, Christian household at the time. So this is like 97, 98, I want to say. So I leave Job Corps, I graduate, I get my GED, I go back home to my dad thinking, I'm a man now, might get some leniency. This dude had me going to bed at 10 o'clock. So I'm a 16, 17-year-old. I know the world, I know everything. So I go out. I got a best friend named Sean. He at the time gets a little come up and like, hey, come stay with me with my girl crib in Worcester. I'm like, that how, This dude got in a cab and came from Worcester, Massachusetts to Providence, Rhode Island in a cab and then back to pick me up. Friends like that, right? Yeah, so while I'm at his house or whatever, I got the idea like, yo, I ain't been with my mom since a kid. Like, I'm older now, let me go, be with my moms now, because when it wasn't up to me, I had to stay with my pops. But now I'm older, and I just ran away from him. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go see my mom's. So I call my mom, finally get in touch with her. She's like, yeah, baby, come see me. You can come stay with me and this and this. I'm like, oh, that's the best thing I could have. Right? Oh. So I told my boy, I'm like, yo, just get me on a Greyhound and my mom's, yo. I don't care about nothing else. He like that. I remember we went shopping and got North Faces and all of that, CD players. I'm like, dude, I need music to get on the bus and all that. At the time, Noriega was out hard, so I'm bumping CNN and all that. Anyway, I'm getting to my mom's crib, and I don't recognize my mom's at all. She don't look like my mother. I chilled for a minute. The thoughts didn't, because I was like, nah, you a kid. My mom's just, I'm looking at her like, man, you need to eat something, One day my sisters and them were acting up in the crib, and I chastised them. Hey, they were cursing. I'm like, hey, cut all that damn cursing, They're like 4 years old at times. They twins. Sheenie, Mika. They twins at the time. They like 4 at the time. I'm chastising. My mother calls me in the room. She's like, hey. I'm like, I was about to come in here anyway, but why do you let them curse or whatever? She like, listen, you didn't have much time with me, but they won't have that much time at all with me. And I'm like, what you mean? She like, yo, I'm dying. What? And then I just seen death on her after she said she was dying. So it was like, damn, I'm watching now, but I gotta watch my earth wither away. And that, to just die is fucked up, but to watch you die for 2 years, watch my mom just wither. So September 15th of 2000, she finally succumbed to the disease or whatever, pneumonia. I watched on breathing machines. I walked back and forth to the hospital. We was living in Far Rockaway at the time, Beach 60th. I walked to Peninsula and Care About. Where I was, Ocean Village, had problems with Edgemere. Edgemere were right across the street from Peninsula. Anybody could tell you in those days, I didn't give a fuck about Edgemere. I'm going to see my moms. They could jump me, beat me. They threatened and they see. I told them, I'm going to see my moms. Tears in my eyes. Listen, I got to see my moms, So fast forward or whatever. At the same time, my baby mama, Tika, she was pregnant with my son. September 15th, my mom died. October 25th, Kamari was born. I'm like, wow, look at what I made, And I'm like, damn, my mom didn't get to see it, One of those things, it's like, damn, all right, bet, on the chin, like everything else. So, November 22nd is my birthday. October 25th, we celebrated my son being born. A month later, on my birthday, my brother dies of a heart attack / seizure on my birthday. It's one of those things where you like, I don't believe this until I see it. This dude is like Superman to me, at the time. God bless your soul, Maurice. But yeah. So Maurice passes. I gotta go to a funeral, and I'm living After mommy died, I'm living with my sister-in-law. God bless her, Shantae. I'm living with her, and this is when I start getting these calls. And I got the call that Maurice passed, and that hurt it so bad because, like I said, it was one of those things I didn't believe until I seen him in the casket. And it was like, Providence is a ways from New York, so when they came to pick me up to drive me to Providence, I'm in the car the whole, and then conscience hit me like, bro, you're not going to a reunion or you're going to your brother's funeral. It's really real. It's happening. He's gone. I'm like, man, shit crazy. To see him in the casket and to look over to watch my father bawling in tears, something I've never seen in my life. And two strongest men I know, one is in the casket and the other one is crying because one is in the casket. That really did a number on me mentally, and I didn't know that at the time, so, it's whatever. I get back home, I'm trying to get things off my mind, smoking weed with my boys, I'm chilling, I got baby mama drama because I ain't got no job at the time. I'm in Far Rock, Queens. It's 2000. I think Bush was president. Ain't no money out here at the time. Ain't no money out there at the time. Like, if you had a job, you better have kept it. That it was like around that time. If you had a McDonald's job, you better, work your shift or you out of there, So, one day I'm chilling with a week later from Maurice passing away, I'm chilling with my boy. We playing the Wu-Tang game, I believe, on PS2 or something, drinking, smoking. And my brother comes tapping on his window, and we look like, my brother, he look kind of Caucasian if you looked at him like for a minute, but then you could see like, nah, this nigga, this dude's black. But my brother was pale as the wall behind me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, the furthest thing from my head is, anything else if there's anything else crazy is happening, it got to be a collective or something. I don't know. At the time, I just come outside. My brother said, "Hey, yo." He just looked at me like, "Yo, I don't know how he gonna handle this." He like, "Yo, more drama, kid." I said, "What?" It's on the phone. I get across the street. I get on the phone. My cousin Tony, God bless her soul. I just lost her last year. She balling. Cuzzo, mind you, I just met Tony at Maurice's funeral. Me and her connected through me and her. That was Maurice. Tony was Maurice's cousin on his mom's side or whatever. He's my brother on my father's side, so we didn't know each other until his funeral, So we cool. We clicked right away. We thought the funeral, everything was gonna be boring. We around church people. Me and Tone, she live. I beat her up like, yeah, I got a cousin over here, like she lit. So me, her, I automatically. A week later, she on the phone with me in tears talking about, yo, your brothers and sisters are going in a fire. And your stepmother. I was just chilling with Ricky, TT, Marcus, Lucas, and Yannette, reminiscing at the big table Daddy made in the middle of the kitchen about everything. We was all happy, laughing. Man, I told y'all about the abuse my stepmother gave me, man. At that time, man, me and that lady got so close. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So, all of that to happen to me, and then, I go to 7 funerals at 19 years old. At 20, I'm in the Navy, going to fight in 9/11. You know, uh, I'm mentally messed up in the military uh, from all the stuff that I didn't know that was gonna, catch up to me. All of them deaths, they took a toll. I was waking up in the morning drinking straight Bacardi. Oh, I do that now because I can't even take alcohol now, but I was waking up in the morning with straight drugs in my, well, I was in the Navy or not, I didn't care, you know? So, I'm depressed. I get kicked out the Navy, I'm smoking weed. I usually have a plan of a way of duping the test. One day after going UA and coming back, I just said I got tired of running. I just pissed in the cup and said, whatever happens, happens. I got kicked out. 2004, I'm depressed. I know how depressed I was. I'm down. When you leave the military back in those days, they tell you just messed your life up. There's nothing else going for you, honestly. So I go from the Navy to working at McDonald's, Staten Island. I got people that know me know ain't no cap in these stories. Ain't no, which I call fronting, y'all call capping, whatever. I don't got a front or nothing. This is real life. You feel me? To meet my second baby moms, and that was a whirlwind of a lot of drama behind it. But two beautiful kids came from it, so what could you do? Things happen with people. There's people that you're gonna meet just to make somebody else with and have no other business with. That's it. God put y'all two together to make this one person. That's just about it. I understand that. Fine. I have, the twins with her. And then, our relationship is rocky, back and forth. I want to blame me for everything. But that's kind of hard too, because it takes two. I can't blame me for everything, We're going back and forth in our relationship. She gets pregnant again in 2014. At the time, I'm like, this is not what we need, but whatever, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Kawhi is born, and he's the most beautiful baby ever. He's the most beautiful entity you can ask for, period. I come from work. I had a shitty day, messed up, whatever. I look in that boy's face and none of that mattered. None, all of it melted off. Everything. Because he, the average baby wakes up crying. My baby used to wake up looking like, and then patiently wait for his bottle. Angel, straight. I've never, I'm not just because he's my baby, I'm not gonna hype him up. Anybody that knew him in the 6 months that he had on earth would know that I'm not lying or whatever. His mother could vouch, everybody, her friends could vouch. There's people that don't really dig us like that, but they're like, yo, your baby's special, He was one of those. She was born, he's beautiful. I come, we're not together at the time like that, so I'm not living with her, but I'm coming on the weekends after work or whatever. And it's just, I feel the peace of being with my kids on the weekends, and, one day he just got sick, and She took him to the hospital a couple of times, and I remember that whole week, like Monday skip Tuesday, Monday skip to Thursday, Friday. And that Friday, I missed the bus coming home because I was thinking about how sick my baby was, that I had to walk from, she lived in Brooklyn at the time, and I had to walk from like 50 something street back to 46. While I'm taking this walk, this eye is flickering. Like I had to hold my eye to walk. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm sorry. It's my left eye. It was flicking like a light. And I'm like, what is this about? And usually when that happens, death is coming, but I could have never thought it would be my son. So that morning, we're waking up, we're looking at him. I'm like, yo, I'm feeling antsy and I don't know what to do with my body. She grabs him and she's like, we thinking he's, teething and whatever and all this other shit. I looked at my son, and the one last kind of look he kind of gave me, like his eyes was like rolling in the back of his head. So I said, yo, Quan, we gotta take him back to the hospital. Something's not right, yo. I remember this like nothing, yo. She grabbed the Ambisol, Oragel, whatever. She put it in his gums. I'm like, yo, I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Before I went to use the bathroom, I heard my son go. I go in the bathroom while I'm peeing. I heard her scream. That was my baby's last breath, yo. So if if you going through something fucked up in life or whatever, like, I know it's messed up to think sometimes, like, but you really do have to look at the next person and be like, man, I couldn't imagine going through what you went through, And some people couldn't fathom it, Joe Budden said there's people with problems that I couldn't imagine having, and if I had to have them, I couldn't fathom me lasting. I said, yo, yeah, you talking about me, bro. So for somebody like my wife to know all of that happened to me and to do what she's doing to me, because the doctors were found to be neglect. We got a lawsuit for 10 years. Mind you, I went to work 2 weeks after. I'm at work crying and screaming for my son. She at the crib took a year off. 10 years later, we get the lawsuit money. I'm like, hey, you gonna give me anything? Yeah, I got you. Little did I know they was already preparing to give me something anyway. Like, fine, you make money, you get all of this money anyway. Go ahead, put it with put my share with yours. Just hit me with what I need. You think she would hit me off with what I need? No, I'm sitting here begging. I'm about to lose my car and other shit because I'm sitting here. Mind you, our whole relationship, I was told I could never be depended on or none of that, never this, never that. That's not our relationship no more. Our relationship now is we got money together. Give me mine Take yours. Leave me alone. No. So this is where I'm at with it. So if anybody knows what I can do to, you know, alleviate some of this stress, because, you know, I don't know what to do with betrayal at this point. We cried together. Why we can't celebrate together? You got a whole nother baby by another man. You got the baby and the money, and I get nothing. You got a whole nother baby and the money, and I get nothing. I think karma works like that. Think, no. There's a real fucked up karma for fucking over good people, yo. And I know, you know, she knows. Because, you know, finding out your baby father has all these other children when you never even wanted to be nobody's baby mom, so-called, you came running back crying to me. You came talking about being back with me as if I want you after that. I don't want, you told me to move on. That baby helped. I moved on. What now? Somebody help, please. This is a nurse who makes way more money, can make as much as my little check I'm getting. She can make that in a year. Why steal from me? And I have the text messages saying how much she was going to distribute me. So I was told I could, you know, text messages hold up in court. Anybody got any suggestions on how I could go about getting justice for myself? Please let me know. Thank you.